Okay, so I got the day off and I figured I'd start up my new Let's Play. And yeah, this is a game that I'm not sure how many of you will recognize, but it's a really good game for several reasons. I'll try to touch upon them. But yeah, it's called Bushido Blade, and it's for the PlayStation 1. And yeah, it's called Bushido Blade, which is the way of the warrior. So I'll get into that, how that affects the game later. But basically, it's like a samurai sword fighting game, and it's a fighting game without a health bar. So when the first time I played it, me and my friends, we didn't really like it because we expected just to beat the hell out of each other with swords, and then the round would be over. Instead, what it has is like a fatal blow system. So you fight each other, parrying and everything until a fatal blow is delivered, and that's how it works. So we didn't like that at first, but once we started getting used to it, we had a lot of fun with this game. So yeah, as I said, it's called Bushido Blade, and it has a couple different modes, versus, but we're gonna be going through story mode right now. And there's a lot of really cool things you can do in this game. It's a lot of fun when you got two players going at it, but let's see, how do I explain this? If you, instead of picking the versus mode to go into two-player, if you go into story mode, then we'll get to that later. Let's choose our weapon. You got a couple different weapons to choose from, and their weight and length do matter, but we're just gonna be going with the katana. Good all-around weapon.
Society of assassins called Kage. Everyone who knew that was sworn to secrecy and not allowed to leave the compound. But one person broke the code of silence and escaped into the ruins of a deserted castle in search of the only way out through the castle tower.
Alright.
影が俺のふるさとで一族郎党を皆殺しにしていたとはな。琉球武士をなめるなよ。
And I think we got our first fight coming right here. Maybe. Yeah. Alright, so this is what it looks like. Probably gonna get killed here trying to explain everything, but as I mentioned, it's called Bushido Blade, which is the way of the warrior. And what that means is, during these fights in the story mode, you can't, if you want to progress through the story mode, you can't attack someone when they're talking in the beginning. Like, you have to show respect and everything. So, like, for instance, if right at the beginning of the battle, they, they have a little one-liner to say, and, if you could just run up and lop their head off, well, it doesn't come off, but, smack them in the head with your sword, and if you do that, it's not honorable because they were talking and they weren't ready. So you can't progress in the story mode. Another thing, like, say, I'm not sure exactly how it works, but say like you run around someone and hit them in the back, then that's not very honorable either. So there's kind of a fine line between killing the people and trying to not kill the people that you have to go through. So, I mean, I don't know. This probably isn't making very much sense, but the first few times we played this, you know, it really didn't make sense. So, just when you're fighting in the story mode, be honorable, and yeah, you should be able to advance. Alright, so this is my second fight, and the reason I said that when you're playing two-player, it's much better to go into story mode and then have player 2 click start to challenge. It's because when you go into verse mode, you got like several level selects to choose from. However, if you go into story mode and have player 2 come in to challenge you, then you have this whole map section to run through. So you can be having an epic battle, you know, fight your friend for a little while, and then, you know, oh god. You can fight your friend for a while and then just completely disengage and, you know, run off somewhere else to a whole nother scene. And R1 and L1 switch your stance. So R1 brings your stance up, R2 brings it down. And when you're running, you can like kind of either double tap. You run with L1, by the way. You just hold in L1 and then switch your directions. But you can jump by like switching your stance from low to high real quick, or just double tapping it. Usually works better when you're running, and it's very hard to actually get a death blow from a jump. But let's just get this fight over with. Alright, so now we've left that first scene we were in, and you don't have to run around or anything like that. It's completely unnecessary, but it just added, I mean, especially for a PlayStation 1 game, it added a huge amount of just open-endedness in every battle. Like, especially, you know, if you're playing like one of your jackass friends, and you know, it's just a lot of, whoa, alright, that was almost lost right there. Shit. Alright, let's talk about some other controls. Triangle will be your high attack. Circle is like a medium attack, and then X is low. Different stances will, you know, provide different attacks. And the square button, it's like, it's kind of like a block, but it doesn't really work all that well. So, not really sure where we are right now, but I want to go explore some other areas. I think, yeah, come on, dude. There we go. This was another cool thing in this game. Get on. It's not very impressive, but these bamboo trees, you can like slice through them if you don't suck. Alright, and we're just about running out of time on this video, so, we still got some time. Another cool feature in this game, I don't know if you could tell, but that my enemy's arm was hanging down to his left right there, his left arm. You can injure people's legs and, you know, arms, so eventually they'll be fighting you with one arm and crawling around trying to get you. And I don't know if it's gonna be more apparent later, but yeah, I guess we'll see. Alright. And another cool thing about this game, when you pause it, Japanese guy says woo. But that's about, we're running out of time. So, yeah, we'll pick up with this next fight when we come back for part 2 of Let's Play Bushido Blade. So, thanks for watching, and see ya.